Good morning, YouTube. How are you this morning? I am pretty good. It is about 8:45 Central Time, and I am in Laredo, Texas at LMS, warehouse number 4, which we've been to quite a few times. It's actually, I think it's one of my favorite routes. It's easy and predictable, generally. After we talked on Thursday, I took a shower, headed out, and I got all the way home. I didn't get home as early as I wanted to. It should have only taken about 5 hours. It took me about 7 almost to get home. Traffic coming down 65 through Oklahoma was pretty bad in places, but it wasn't necessarily bad. It was cold and it did rain some, actually. Got in on Thursday evening, went home, surprised the family. They were not expecting me, even though I kind of gave them hints several times when I talked to them on the telephone. Parked the truck and got to the house and kind of just lazed around on the weekend. No one was home on Friday because, of course, school and work. But I sat around, played my PlayStation, updated all my software. My GPS needed updating, a bunch of other stuff, downloading apps and crap like that. Saturday, it wasn't bitterly cold, but the wind was really kicking, and took my stepson out to, he's in the Marine Corps ROTC, and he went and worked at Toys for Tots in Louisville. He was there all day. We took him up in the morning, and we went up there at lunchtime to see him. We were going to have lunch with him, but he'd already eaten by the time we got there, so we went to Chick-fil-A and ate and hung out a little bit, and then we went grocery shopping for me, and then just kind of went home. We came home later in the evening, and we just kind of sat around and watched television and spent time together as a family. Sunday, slept a little late, and I left. I was wanting to be in the truck and heading down the road at 11 o'clock, but I slept a little later than I should have, and it took me a while to get it out and get my stuff together. I mean, I had already packed and everything, but I just had too much stuff, just too many things going on. So I ended up not getting out of the house till almost noon, and it ended up not getting to where I parked the truck till almost 1:30. Now, it's only 25 miles away, but they were working on the railroad trestle bridge at the 35-183 interchange. So I sat in that traffic backup for about 45 minutes, and then there was some kind of huge police involved accident in Dead Man's Curve on 175. There was probably 25 squad cars there, fire engine, a couple of ambulances, and it was a mess. I ended up having to sit in that for a little bit, so I finagled my way out of it and went around the back way down off of Bear Street to get back to 175. It was a big mess. And finally got in right at 1:30 on the yard, and I was out of the yard by 2 o'clock. So, and then I hit just innumerable problems coming down. There's a big accident on 35 south of town, and then there's construction through San Antonio. I had taken the 130 loop as usual to get around Austin, hoping I'd miss most of the traffic, but nope. They had 6 lanes down to 1 lane in San Antonio, and it was a mess. So I got here about 11 p.m., about 4 hours later than I wanted to, and there was already another Maverick in front of me, and then a Coil truck in front of that. And it's not quite 9 o'clock yet, and the guy's not even here, and they're already lining up out there to try and get in line, though he knows better. Or ask you where you're at in the line. So don't know what I'm going to be doing. I have absolutely zero clue. Could be like the last couple times, load right back here, or could go over Black Diamond or whatever. I don't know. But it is cold. Not really cold. It's probably in the middle upper 50s. But the humidity is 100%. It's very, very foggy, and it's drizzling. So it's going to be a wet morning. So my weekend was not too bad. Hopefully yours was too. So once I figure out what I'm doing and start getting on it, I'll let y'all know. Till later. See ya. Good morning, YouTube. How are you this morning? I am pretty good, I guess. It is still Monday, and it is about 11:30 a.m. and I am in Laredo, Texas at LMS number 6, which is actually the same place as where I was. But I was only at number 4. I got in pretty quick. The line to check in was long, and then I had to walk down and check in, and then got out. And they brought the first 3 trucks in, which I was the 3rd. I should have been the 2nd. Oh well. Got in, and they loaded us pretty quick. I was unloaded and empty by 9:35, and I sent my empty call. I sat there for probably about 20 minutes. And then I got a dispatch load to stay here and load. I'm picking up on the other side of the complex. I'm picking up 4 Coils, and that's going to transload in Birmingham, Alabama. I have been there before, not from here, but I have been there before. It's a pretty easy drive. I'm already all set up. I'm just waiting. When I got the load, I pulled around from where we exit to around where we went in and checked in. They could not find my load information, so I went ahead and started setting up, and then they called me on the phone and told me to come down, and I went and talked to them, and they found it, and I had to go check in at the actual door where I'm loading, which is 1A. And they told me there would be a while. This load is due in Alabama on Wednesday, anytime between 7 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. It's just under 1,000 miles to get there, so providing I get out of here anytime today, I shouldn't have any problem at least getting, I don't know, 600-700 miles down the road. I should be able to get to at least Louisiana with little no difficulty, because I haven't even started my driving time yet. I actually haven't even started my clock yet. I got in and I would set myself for unload immediately, and I haven't moved. They unloaded me, and now I'm sitting here waiting to load. So once they call me in to load, then I'll start my clock and do my securement, tarping. This street has a lot of traffic. There's so much going on down here, and head on. I won't include a video. Y'all see me secure the coils plenty of times, and it's nothing unique. These are real skinny coils. They only weigh about 10,000 pounds a piece, so shouldn't be too much. 4 cradles, which includes 4 friction mats, 8 coil racks, 12 timbers, 6 4-foot timbers, and 6 8-foot timbers, because I'm short 8-foot bevels, 8 coil mats, 16 edge protectors, 8 chains, 4 over center binders, 4 ratchets, 2 canvas tarps, and 1 vinyl tarp. I should be able to get it under the one vinyl, and that's about it. As soon as I get done, I'll be heading on. So I will talk to y'all again. Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you this afternoon? I am not bad. It is 1:45 Central Time, and I'm done here at LMS. I kind of meant the previous intro to be the last one, but I figured I'd make another one to make a gripe. When I checked in and they told me what I needed to do, I needed to set up for 4 out-of-the-side coils. So I did that. I broke all that stuff out I listed earlier. And then they finally called me and told me to back into where I was supposed to. Got over there, and the guy walked out and said, "No, it's all skidded," in his broken English. And I go, "I was told out of the side." He goes, "Oh, they changed it." So I had to break down and put everything away that I had done, and then redistribute my friction mats so I could get the coils on there. And then they got them on there, and they didn't bother to ask me where to start off with. They just ran out and dropped it on the truck. I was like, "No, it needs to be put here. The first one needs to be put here, and then this one, and that one." It's kind of really hard to communicate sometimes down here when you don't speak adequate Spanish. So they got them on there, and then I started putting the stuff away, and they were yelling, screaming, and hollering. I mean, securing the stuff, and yelling, screaming, telling me I need to get out of the way. There's too many trucks for me to do that here. So I threw one chain and then pulled out, and actually threw the trip chains and locked those down, and I got the chains on the what do you call it, the center chains on the middle ones, and then moved. Got out here and then started working on it. Started to sprinkle a little bit, but it's been doing that all day. I'm not worried about it. And then I broke a binder. I had to take it apart and fix it. And when I was doing it, I was trying to get all the extra. Someone, I guess, at one point or another, I hadn't used that particular binder yet, I don't think. And I guess at some point or another, someone used a grease gun on it. And then so the only way to get rid of that is pour bleach on it. And then the bleach bottle exploded, so it got all over my shirt. It's alright. It's a work shirt. It's meant to get messy, but it looks funky now. And finally got it all done, got it tarped, and I'm getting ready to head out. I don't know what I'm gonna do, how long I'm gonna drive. I got a whole day of driving available, but well, not a whole day. I got 11 hours of driving, but I have 12 hours of my 14. So I think I'm gonna try and go ahead and get to at least Mississippi, and then call it a day. I don't know. I'll probably only make it as far as Orange, Texas. I don't know. I'm gonna take 59 to Houston, then 10 out to 59, and then 59 up to Birmingham. So that's where we stand. I guess I will talk to y'all in a couple days. Until then, keep the shiny side up, 73s. See you then. Bye.